I've got the live stream on over here. And just playing a commercial. All right, what's up, folks? Anybody here? Looks like two people are here. Yeah, you missed 2 weeks in a row, and people might forget to show up. That's all right, though. We'll just hang out here a little while and see if anybody shows up. Six people. Somebody say something. There they go. Hey, Todd, what's going on, buddy? I bet you're out working. What does that say? Molasses World? Hey, Terry, how you doing? You've changed your name. Darren Keith, what's going on, buddy? I'm doing pretty good, Todd. How about you? Oh, hey, what's going on, Eric? Good to see you, buddy. Hey, Jody Hale. I know it has been a long time. Sorry about that. Hey, Salty is Gaming. How are you, buddy? Hey, Annette Gonzalez. Checking in. We're glad to have you. I'm doing good, buddy. How you doing? Gonna start working soon, Todd. Hey, Danny Colson. How are you, buddy? Yeah, I saw you in somebody's live stream, Terry, and it said Terry's just doing her thing, and I was like, "Is this Terry's Trips, Tips, and Talk?" Hey, Chris, how's things going, buddy? Good to see you, Chris. I delivered a DoorDash flash order today. I'm still getting them. Yeah, in North Carolina, I've been seeing that, Eric. I've been seeing that y'all moved. How you liking it up there? Hey, Ivan, hey, how are you? How's the YouTube channel going? Hey, Virgo Sapphire, what's going on? Hey, 905, how are you? Yeah, I'm doing good. Doing good. Vaquero, how are you, buddy? Well, we've seen Vaquero on videos from the neck down, but he's got a like an emoji over his face. It's pretty funny. Yeah, trying to figure out the gig work in North Carolina. Yeah, I guess it is definitely different. Yeah, yeah, Michael Souls, I did. I got the holiday hours done at the Chic. Thanks, Ivane. I appreciate that. Too much going on in life, Annette. I hear you. Hey, Sonny, how are you? Good to see you too. And there's Movie Thoughts 101. Did you ever drive fast on the road and an animal runs across the road and you swerve and almost crash? Um, I learned my lesson when I was probably still in my 20s. Um, I tried to swerve to miss a deer at night on a country road, and the deer just like ran into the side of my car. And so I learned from that not to swerve for animals. I just hit the brakes. If it's, I hate to say this, but if it's like a squirrel or something, I'm not going to cause a wreck over a squirrel. But if it's an animal that would damage my car, a big animal, um, or if it's, if I can do it safely, I mainly just slam on my brakes when an animal darts across the road, um, instead of swerving. That, that was a little bit morbid. Eric says it's way different from Jacksonville. Roads are crazy. Nicer people, but a challenge to make money. Oh, that sucks. Hey, there's our buddy Hero. What's going on, man? Good to see you. Hustling when possible. Yeah, I've heard that, Chris, from several people that it seems like the flash orders have stopped, but I'm still getting them. I mean, they're few and far between because I'm in a really small town, but I do still get them. I delivered one this morning. Hey, Maximum Destruction, how are you? 51 and moving on up, y'all. Y'all subscribe to Ivane. Of course, she's under her real name instead of her channel name, so you can't just click on it. Hey, Precious, how are you? Good to see you. Dirty Stack and Deb, what's going on? Who'd you say gave you that nickname? Was it Daniel? Dashing After Dark. How you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, that's right, Bakara. As as I've said before, we don't really have a deal with the squirrels. They're they're on their own. They're too erratic. Movie thoughts? I have definitely heard animals outside. Like I know I've heard cat fights. Memoji. Yeah, good to see you, Hero. All right, what's Terry say? I got to get back to work. Just stopped raining. Good to see you, Chuck. Almost a year since meetup. How about that? That's right. That's right. That was in September, wasn't it? Wow. It's good to see you, Terry. Yeah, the Mad Dasher. It's a great name. Dirty Stack and Deb. Yvonne's probably. I bet Ivane will probably log back in. It's delivering with a unicorn plus one or something like that. But y'all should subscribe. She does a fine job. That's right, Sonny. I was just thinking about you and Angel. Um, just a couple of days ago, Heather and I were at the beach and we were out in the water, and I was thinking about Angel. If I remember correctly, I saw a video of live stream of y'all at the beach, and I don't think he wanted to go in the water at all. All right, cool. Thanks, Precious. I appreciate it. Gorilla, is Chuck putting in and out on? Oh, am I cutting in and out on anyone's phone? I've got really good internet here, so it shouldn't be me, but who knows? Doing shipped again, Eric? Yep. Man, I haven't done shipped in ages. Vaquero, I, I guess what you're talking about is this new truck called Slate. I'm still planning on buying it when it comes out. You know, if it ever comes out, it's supposed to be about a year and a half, like at the very end of 2026 is when they're supposed to come out. It's a little electric pickup truck, but I'm still planning on buying it. It's just going to be a while. There she is. I had a feeling she might come back logged in under her YouTube channel name. Deliveries with a unicorn plus one. Let's see. I'm subscribed on both channels. I'm so excited I forgot I was on the other account. Mooresville, North Carolina. I don't even know Mooresville. And I've been to North Carolina several times. Been to lots of places in North Carolina, but I don't know Mooresville. Precious, if you're talking to me, yeah, I think I can do shipped, but I think I stopped doing it because I was working in Kingsland every day, and I just like never got any shipped orders. I used to get them when I worked in Callahan every day, Callahan, Florida. But then they did that thing where they deactivated me, which I think they do to everybody who doesn't use the app anymore. All right, good, Vaquero. Thank you. Yeah, DoorDash has gotten bad. It's been a little rough for sure. I probably need to try to get up to platinum, but man, I don't want to. What do you know? Exiting and coming back in fixed it. Huh. Movie Thought says, me and my dad went to McDonald's drive-through last week, and the lady sounded like a high-pitched Oprah Winfrey, annoyed, and Dad had to yell the order. Okay, so there were flags like saying not to go in the water. Oh, he got stung by jellyfish. Oh no. Well, Vaquero, thanks, buddy. I appreciate the tip, man. That's awesome. Thank you. Oh, you got stung too, Sonny? Good grief. Dale Earnhardt Jr. Racing area. Um, huh. Is that, well, I don't know. I've actually been to Charlotte Motor Speedway before. Gene Williams, Chuck Rules, thank you for being so awesome. Well, thank you, Gene. I appreciate that. Very nice of you. Okay, just north of Charlotte. All right, there we go. Like I was just saying, I've been to the Charlotte Motor Speedway before. Precious, I'm a long ways from platinum. I think if I remember correctly, I think my acceptance rate is 19% right now. And I've done about 21 deliveries in the last 30 days. So, yeah, it would take a lot of work to get back to platinum. And I would have to deliver a bunch of terrible orders. Hey, sparking across America. How about that? That's pretty cool. What is that? Jersey Man 42. Oh, Sea Wagon, Chuck Wagon. Mid-Atlantic rock and metal shows. Uber Eats sucking right now in the DMV. I guess that's Washington, D.C. area. Less than $1 a mile. Yuck. Oh, I can't stand that less than $1 a mile stuff. Oh, how about that? Michael Privet is also in Mooresville. Wow, that's amazing. Hey, there's our buddy Matt Dog. What's going on, buddy? How you doing? Are you still dashing, Matt? Or have you gotten a W-2 job? Thank you for the compliment, Chuck. Sure, I'm trying. I get so nervous. Oh, don't be nervous. All you're doing is talking to your buddies. That's what I'm doing when I'm talking to the camera. I'm just talking to all my buddies. Chris says I have seen Ship change some stuff. Now they are stacking orders and telling you the mileage. Oh, hey, by the way, speaking of changes, this is going to mean nothing to most of y'all. But one of the things about DoorDash that has driven me crazy for 2.5 years that I've been doing DoorDash, I live right on the border. I mean, right on the border between Georgia and Florida. Well, if I'm in Georgia on the DoorDash app, I can't see the Florida zones unless I drive across the border into Florida. Then I can't see the Georgia zones. Well, that makes no sense. It's never made sense to me. Why would the state line matter? Just show me the zones that are close to me. Show me the zones that are within um 50 miles or whatever. Because, I wake up in the morning, I could dash in one of the towns in Florida or one of the towns in Georgia. Well, maybe they got peak pay in Florida, but I can't see that. I can only see the Georgia zones. Um, anyway, some recent app update, they've changed that. And now I can look on my phone right now on the DoorDash app and I can see the Georgia zones near me and the Florida zones near me. So it's a huge improvement for me. All right, let's see. Yeah, yes, Precious. I am a long ways from platinum. It would be a lot of work. Do you ever have a time when you saw a customer outside their house, right when you were walking towards them, they hurry inside? Yeah. In fact, I've commented on that a lot in my videos. It just always cracks me up the way customers hide from dashers. You what mostly happens is I drop the food off at their front door and I'm walking back to my car and getting in my car and putting on my seatbelt and all that and driving away. And I know that they're just standing right there looking through the peephole, waiting for me to get out of sight before they pick up their food. I, I don't know why they're like that, but it's so funny the way customers act like that. Vaquero says, really had to put on the multi apping today. Spark, Instacart, Uber Eats, DoorDash. Wow. Ooh, $4.53. Yuck. Ouch. Yeah. Yeah, even though she just got quiet. But yeah, she was snoring just a minute ago. She's right behind me. Matt says, I'm doing great. I'm done with DoorDash and happier than ever. I hear you. I hear you, Matt. Hey, Jersey man made 240 bucks in 5 hours. That's pretty dang good. Wow. Wow. That's really good. What is that? Like $48 an hour? Holy cow. All right. Matt says, I quit DoorDash after they got caught overcharging clients. I had uh, all I could take of these scumbags. I hear you. Jersey Man says, I just rolled up to the crib. Time for dinner. Have a good one, Chuck and chat. All right, man. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Chris says, yeah, DoorDash changed some stuff around here as well. I can see zones 2 hours away, but not 115 miles away. What? Yeah, as far as that goes, they really improved it for me. Yeah, Eric, Top Dasher. I liked that a lot better. What's that? Well, um, okay, so they fixed that problem, Chris. Yeah, I've been seeing some new screens and stuff. Um, weird kind of stuff. Hey, Jarrett Talks, how you doing, buddy? What's going on with you? Nana says I've never figured that out, and I don't know what she's talking about. Yeah, Jersey kills it over there. What, does he have a channel? Danny Colson wants to know if I've ever DoorDashed by time. Only like maybe twice in my whole life. I really hate doing it. I hate earn by time. Plus, where I live and work, the earn by time is like $11 an hour. It's terrible. But I really kind of hate earn by time, but I might have to do it and try to get platinum and see if that makes things better. Yeah, I hear you, Vaquero. I always think tomorrow will be a better day. Oh, Vaquero's out by himself today, eh? Hey, Chris Technician, how you doing, buddy? Did I ever have a time when you went through the drive-through and it took a long time and wanted to leave? Yes, absolutely, I have. I've had times when I've been in a drive-through and decided I would like to just forget it and leave, but I was trapped. Wes is doing good. He's doing good. I sent him the text, if he wanted to join in, but I haven't heard from him. 88 degrees in New Mexico. I think this morning it was 68 when I woke up. And I think that's the first time it's been in the 60s in the morning, since several months ago. Okay, Chris says now when you're on the screen where you can jump to task, you see a map of all the active deliveries. Huh, interesting. I'm going to have to check that out. Probably fishing, yeah. Oh, I was wondering why the chat wouldn't scroll. I've gotten to the end of it. That was weird. Jarrett, where in Georgia are you? Roughly. I mean, I don't want you to dox yourself or anything, but I'm in Folkestone, Georgia. About 35 miles outside of Jacksonville, Florida. 64 in Georgia. Yeah, it was like 68 when I woke up this morning. I couldn't believe it. No movie thoughts. I'm probably not going to dress up as Santa Claus, although it would probably be kind of funny. Yum, quesadillas. I love me a quesadilla. Just kind of Marshalls. Isn't that like a department store kind of thing? Chris, you're getting a Starbucks. Vaquero, we're having chicken nuggets, mashed potatoes, spicy barbecue sauce. Okay, outside of Atlanta and Gwinnett. Yeah, Snellville. Yeah, Jarrett, I went about a year ago, last September. I went up to Atlanta to visit my mother and stayed for like 13 days. And I did a lot of dashing and sparking and Ubering and stuff while I was there. Made videos, lots of videos from a year ago of me doing gig work in the Atlanta area. This was in she lived in Johns Creek. So I'm sure you know where Johns Creek is, but yeah, I was all over, North Atlanta doing gig work. I was in Johns Creek and Cumming and Roswell and can't remember the names of all the little towns I was in. It was kind of fun though. Gone Psycho. You ever see Sherwood at Royalty Auto? Yes, I do. That's so weird. Um, Gone Psycho, do you know this because of his YouTube channel? Because I gave an Uber ride to a guy one time. I didn't know that Royalty Auto had a YouTube channel, but I gave an Uber ride to a guy one time, and as we were driving past Royalty Auto, the guy said, "Oh wow, there's Royalty Auto. I watched them on YouTube." And but I've delivered to Sherwood several times. I've delivered DoorDash to Sherwood. Ha, that's amazing. Yeah, let me know if you know who he is because of YouTube. I've never watched him on YouTube, but Stubbs barbecue sauce, yeah. Holy cow, 905, 49 degrees this morning. Wow. Yeah. Marshall's is a clothing store like Ross. Oh boy, Ivane, who knows? Is that this coming Monday? Is that Labor Day? Yeah, I don't know if the app will be busy or not. That's a good question. I can't probably on previous Labor Days I've probably always been at the beach with Heather. Well, Chris, I hope you get your gold cart. I wish I could get on Instacart. Or do I? Maybe I don't really want to do grocery shopping. Josh, I really kind of like Roadie. I kind of like Roadie. Oh, you got accepted today? I really kind of like it. There are lots of terrible orders on Roadie, but as far as I can tell, they don't. Well, you don't have any kind of acceptance rate to worry about on Roadie. I don't think. But if you see a good order, you can bid on it, and you might get it. I, I see some pretty good orders on Roadie. I recently delivered a tiny little paper bag with a prescription in it. Delivered it 4 or 5. No, I delivered it 10 miles. That's right. Delivered it 10 miles, but it paid $22. But yeah, I got a few good Roadie orders. I kind of like them. Yeah, Jarrett, you know where Johns Creek is and all that? Hey, old radio dude, what's going on? Are you really thinking about throwing in the towel? Yeah, I am thinking about it. um, yeah, I don't know. I got kind of burnt out. I phew, probably for at least a year. I published a video basically every single day, every single evening. And for 2 years, I published one almost every evening. And I think I just got really burnt out. And I'm old. My knees hurt, my back hurts. It seems like everything's gotten worse as far as DoorDash. Got deactivated from Spark. Just a whole bunch of things going on. And yeah, I've been thinking about just retiring, but 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 I don't know. Um, I think it would be a lot better if I didn't live out in the middle of nowhere and have to drive 30 miles to go work somewhere and 30 miles back. If I lived in a town where I could DoorDash in that town, I think it would make a difference in my attitude. But yeah, I'm thinking about it already, dude. I haven't decided yet. I remember um, probably when I first started doing YouTube videos, I was a big fan of Nugs. And it was shortly after I started doing DoorDash and making videos and all that Nugs made this announcement. He had just started his series where he was going to dash until he saved enough money to buy a Tesla. And I was all interested in that. I thought that was going to be a great series. And then all of a sudden he announced that he was like going to quit. And I remember being really sad about it. But I see that he has been putting out some more videos lately. Even I was busy, so he cooked tonight. Nuggets or nuggets. Oh, I haven't tried Skip Cart, but guess what I saw? And I meant to mention it in the while I was recording, and I forgot to mention it. But a couple of days ago, I saw a Roadie XD offering $120 for a 31 delivery route that they said would take 4 hours or something like that. 4.5 hours. It was interesting. I didn't put in a bid on it, but it's the first time I'd ever seen anything like that. I do not know what Skip Cart is. Josh, you're in Cartersville. Heck yeah, North Georgia. Um, Josh, whenever I've given rides, in my 2.5 years of doing gig work, I've given maybe 40 or 50 rides on Uber. I always enjoy it. Um, but my car's just always dirty and smells like smoke. And I hate to give people a ride in a dirty car that smells like smoke. And doesn't seem like it pays all that well, tell you the truth. Yeah, September 1st is Labor Day. Okay. All right. Haven't been keeping up really. Have you ever had a time when you grabbed an order and almost walked out and a worker stopped you and thought you were stealing it? No, I don't think so, but I don't think that's happened to me. Now, one time at a Chinese restaurant in Kingsland, they handed me my order and they always make the dasher confirm pickup. And so they handed me my order and wanted me to confirm pickup, so I did. And then the guy comes out of the kitchen and says, "Oh, wait." And he took my order from me and went back into the kitchen with it and was back there like 5, 6, 7 minutes doing something to my order. Well, meanwhile, I had told the customer that I picked up the order. And I was like, y'all, you're going to get me a bad rating. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Labor Day will be good or not. Chris got DoorDash Pro Shopper. Yeah, I've heard about that. I don't have it, but I've heard people talk about it. Just lipstick on a pig, that figures. That figures. Brett Nordquist. I don't like how Instacart shows the miles from pickup location rather than where you are. Yeah. Spark does that too. DoorDash still decent in southern Utah. That's good. Yeah, Spark and Roadie. Spark and Roadie both just show you the miles from the pickup to the customer and not the miles you have to drive to get to the pickup. Okay. All right. So Gone Psycho says, yeah, that's where he knows Sherwood from. Yep. I have delivered to Sherwood several times. Hey, Carla Barrick. How are you? Good to see you. Vaquero says, "Hey, Chuck, have you thought about maybe once a week or 2 or 3 times a month, just kind of slow it down?" Yeah. Yeah. And I should. I should. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I consider all kinds of different options, anywhere from trying to get back in the swing of things and make a video every night to totally retiring and everything in between. Hey, Ryan Reed, good to see you, buddy. Michael Prevet, for anyone looking for a good way to make side money, look into day trading, stock options. Yeah, can be dangerous. That's what I've always heard about day trading, is you can lose your house. Carla Black says maybe Chuck could work intermittently as his schedule and body allows. Yeah, yeah. It's Santa. Hey, Selwood. All up for Christmas is some decent orders. I hear you. Can I just get $1 a mile? I hear you, buddy. Ah, the highest paying order I've ever gotten would probably be 60 something dollars, and that would be a Spark order. Um, I think that's the highest. Even the few catering orders I've gotten on DoorDash and even a couple on Uber, have paid in the 30 something, 40 something dollar range. But yeah, I think the highest paying single order I've ever done was 60 something dollars for Spark. Yeah, I think 60 something bucks. Even A says, Hugs, we support you. Whatever you decide to do, seriously, life is short. Yeah, I hear you. All right, Michael. Let's not advertise too much in the chat. Hey, Ryan Reed, what's going on? No movie thoughts. I'm kind of out in the boonies. Not really any kids around. Shipped only shows store to customer. Yeah, that's right, Carla. And I definitely do have options. Casper, yeah, I've actually got enough video clips right now to put together a Wesley video. But yeah, I think he's still planning on. For now, he's still planning on doing it. He's also been talking about he might have to break down and get a W-2 job. So everything's kind of up in the air right now. Hey, Leas, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you too. 17-month-old daughter loves listening to your voice. That's so cute. That's pretty funny. Queen of Hustling, great name. Hey, Queen of Hustling, how are you? Yeah, Andrew, sorry, I'm probably way behind in reading the chat. But yeah, as far as we know right now, Wesley's still planning on making occasional videos. Josh says, Chuck, I heard Starbucks is your favorite place on earth. Yeah. Yeah, I think in my most recent video, I think it was my most recent video, I started by saying that I'd been in Kingsland 20 minutes and had declined 20 orders. And I put like 10 screenshots up on the screen. And one of them was was actually a pretty decent order, I think, if I remember correctly. But it was Starbucks, and I don't go in Starbucks. Hey, David Hibbert, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, I took a couple of weeks off from the live streams. Seattle's a good market. No, I don't think I've been chased by a wild animal. And maybe thoughts, my knees are so bad now that if a wild animal did chase me, I wouldn't even be able to run from it. Well, thank you there, Queen. Assuming you're talking to me, I appreciate that. He's the real Santa. Yeah, my favorite place to pick up from. People have asked me that before, and I always have a hard time answering. I kind of like IHOP and Cracker Barrel orders in my area because they usually pay pretty well, even though they can both be kind of slow. I don't have any really expensive restaurants like Well, what do I know? I've never been to any of them, I don't think, but I don't have things like Cheesecake Factory and PF Chang's and things like that. But yeah, I don't know. My favorite, I love independent restaurants. I like, I used to be an owner in an independent restaurant. Um, so I've got a partner, a part owner. I've got a soft spot in my heart for independent restaurants. So I like picking up at Stefan's. And there's a Greek restaurant in Kingsland called Carve. But yeah, I don't know. I always have a hard time answering that question. Okay, yes, I'm talking to you. Thanks. Thanks, Queen. I appreciate it. Thank you, Virgo Sapphire. I appreciate that. Okay, Queen of Hustling, you've got a channel? Cool. Everybody subscribe to Queen of Hustling. I'm going to have to check it out. Great name. KJ, you probably won't make it to my comment because I'm late to the party, but hey, Chuck, how are you? I'm doing great, KJ. Good to see you, buddy. How far behind am I? I can't be that far behind. Oh, no, I'm only like a minute behind. That ain't bad at all. Anyway, good to see you, KJ. I know Cracker Barrel can be really slow, for sure. And I don't take a Cracker Barrel order unless it's paying pretty well. Josh Pinion says, Chuck, I thought about doing videos myself, but I got road rage. I'd be cussing too much. Well, see, here's the beautiful thing about making videos, Josh. As long as you're not live streaming, if you're actually recording videos to edit and all that, you can cut out all the cuss words and road rage. You can edit that stuff out. Bojangles, man, I haven't thought about Bojangles in ages. I don't think I knew they were still in business. I couldn't even tell you where a Bojangles is. Old Bojangles. My favorite restaurant is any restaurant that treats customers and drivers with awesome customer service. Amen. That's so weird, Vaquero. I hate the Starbucks employees. I just think they're so, I don't know. I won't get into it, but Starbucks employees drive me crazy. Chick-fil-A employees are super nice, for sure, and they're trained to be. Um, Chick-fil-A can be slow. Yeah, Carla, that Stefan's place it's really good. Just good old comfort food, and everybody's nice. My IHOP usually does pretty good, Eric, usually. But yeah, they can be a little slow. And Wingstop is the one that takes the longest. Okay, Queen of Hustling, you're still new to it. That's right. You can go shopping in Cracker Barrel while you wait for your order. Hey, Rare Music, how are you, buddy? Yeah. They're- they're- and that's true. I think a lot of my viewers and subscribers would probably enjoy seeing a little bit of road rage. Um, but I don't have bad road rage, but I usually do edit that stuff out. There's a Bojangles in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Taco Bell always slow. Yeah, my Taco Bell is usually good. Occasionally, they get backed up, but usually they're pretty good. And there's a lot to be said for like McDonald's. Um, the way, and I've noticed more restaurants are doing it these days, but the way they put the food and the drink and everything sealed up in a bag with a nice handle and all that, you got to admit it's pretty dang convenient to just go grab a bag from McDonald's. Carla says, what has been your record for the most amount made in the shortest amount of time in one day? Um, I don't know for sure, Carla, but I think, I had a fairly recent video where I think I only worked an hour and a half, but I made $42 an hour. So 42 plus 21, I guess I made like $63 on an hour and a half. But when I was doing Spark, man, I used to pretty regularly make around $30 an hour. Um, but I don't work long enough to make big bucks. Like I started to say I've never made $200 in one day. That's not exactly true. It depends on how you count it. Um, uh, Uber had these bonuses going on recently for rideshare, and I got a $250 bonus from Uber, and then like a week later, got a $200 bonus from Uber. That was sweet. That's so weird. I haven't seen a Bojangles in so long. Hubby tells me to leave his road rage and annoyances in the videos. Yeah, I think it could make for some good entertainment. How about that, Virgo Sapphire? You can't stand Taco Bell employees. I can't stand Starbucks employees. Vakiro, some of your road rage going to come out in some of the videos. That'll be funny. Wait a minute. Trying to figure out Selwood, what he's talking about. Probably Wingstop. Everybody hates Wingstop. Oh, hey, Jason Pardue. There's a Bojangles on Duval in North Jacksonville. Huh. Trying to think. This is going to sound crazy. I don't go to Jacksonville that much. Trying to think where Duval is. I go to the airport in that area, fairly often. River City Shopping Center. Yeah, Five Guys. I've never picked up from a Five Guys before. Oh wow, they were supposed to open, and they still haven't. Vaquero called Walmart employees idiots. I hope you didn't say it to their faces. Hey, Mama Ranch, how you doing? Good to see you. All right, Ivane's picking up some subs tonight. Josh Pinion says, "Hey, Chuck, I've been with DoorDash and Uber for over a year now, and I've never gotten any catering bags. No, I had to purchase catering bag. Nowadays you're eligible to do catering orders for DoorDash as long as you're platinum. Well, back a couple of years ago, that wasn't the way it worked. Catering, they called it the large order program. It was this weird, mysterious invite only thing, and nobody really knew, how do you get into the large order program? And finally, one of our subscribers told me in the chat in a live stream how you get in the large order program. Of course, this doesn't matter now because they don't do it this way anymore. But she said the way you get in is you order the official DoorDash catering bag from DoorDash, So I ordered the official DoorDash catering bag, and within a day or two, I was in the large order program. One in Hinesville. Okay. Okay. Yeah. See, that's a ways away. KJ says problem with some Taco Bells is they hide food in the back and take forever to pass it to you. Yeah, that drives me crazy about a lot of restaurants, um, especially my local. Well, when I say local, I mean Kingsland. The McDonald's in Kingsland. They've got a rack there where they're supposed to put the orders, and they used to put them there, and you just walk in and grab your order and walk out. And I guess they had a bunch of food stolen, and so now they hide them. They hide the orders back in the kitchen. Well, now you got to get somebody's attention to hand you the order. So it says you're a better man than me, Chuck. I won't even go to Starbucks, not even if it's high pay. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Starbucks. Hey, Julia, how you doing? Oh, Michael, Spark is awesome. I wish I could get back on with Spark, but a customer complained about the camera that I was wearing, and so Spark deactivated me. Hey, Ashley Pennington, how you doing? Good to see you. Long time no see. I'm doing pretty good. In the last video, you weren't getting his stickers fast enough. Lots of Bojangles in North Carolina. What do you know? Hey, Julia, I'm doing good. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Corey Coconut. I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, everybody hates Wingstop. As far as picking up there, now I've heard people say that the food is great. Yeah, Five Guys doesn't drop the fries till you get there. That's what I've always heard. I'm glad I don't have a Five Guys where I usually work. Okay, Chris, you got a catering order in May, and it was on the new rewards, and you had a low AR. Wow. Yeah, I haven't seen a catering order in ages. Yeah, it's been, who knows, probably a year since I've had a catering order. we Wingstop employees will literally ignore you even if they're doing nothing. Oh man, yeah, that would drive me crazy. I would lose my mind. um, oh, okay. Ivane says we'd have to go to Austin, Texas, which is an hour away. I've been to Austin. Hey, Ellen, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, I almost went to school, to graduate school in Austin. I went and visited Austin, and I went and visited Ann Arbor, and I wound up going to Ann Arbor. But I almost went to grad school in Austin. Yeah, Ellen, I'm doing good. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, they make you fill up the drinks. I hate doing that. It's been a while since I've told this little short story, but there's a local Mexican restaurant called Cercheros, and they make you fill up the drinks. And one time I was standing there waiting for my order, and another dasher they handed her an empty cup, to go fill up the drink, and she grabbed the cup by sticking her index finger all the way down in the cup. She grabbed the cup like that, so her index finger was all the way down in the cup. Well, I mean, I didn't bust the dasher or anything, but a few days later, I was in there again, and I told the manager that I had watched a dasher stick her finger all the way down in the cup like that. I was trying to convince her that they really need to fill up the drinks themselves, because dashers might have dirty hands. Ryan Beard, Mickey D's tell me they had a washer take orders into the bath, a dasher maybe take orders into the bathroom. I've I've heard like one other person say that they saw a dasher go to the bathroom with the order in his hand. Oh, that's gross. Tuesdays we watch Charlie, and Wednesdays we watch Chuck. I know, Precious. That drives me crazy, and y'all know I'm not bashful. If I walk into a restaurant and the employees are just totally ignoring me, I'll speak up. I'll say, "Hey, excuse me, is that my order sitting over there?" Vaquero, we have a brand new wing stop in Kingsland, Georgia. Brand new, just open. And I've picked up 2 or 3 orders there, and it's been pretty good. Maybe because they just opened. I don't know. Yeah, okay, yeah. I figured you meant dasher, not washer. Yeah, Josh, I know. I've thought about it. Um, with Spark, you can request arbitration, and I don't know. Maybe someday I'll do it, but I just keep thinking, what can I say to them? Because I'm 100% guilty of what they accuse me of. Best I could do is just say, "Hey, can I please get back on the Spark app?" What is this? Everybody says we don't even watch Netflix or Hulu on Tuesday or Wednesday. Yeah. Hey, KJ. I just answered your question before I even saw your question. Yeah. So far, the Wingstop's been pretty good on the 2 or 3 orders I've picked up from there. Yep. I was almost a Longhorn. Almost a Longhorn. I wound up being a Wolverine instead. Yeah, I went and visited the campus and everything. Met with several of the professors. Probably should have gone to Texas instead of Michigan. Ashley Pennington says Spark has been doing a little better now that so many people haven't been around since Spark was updated. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Wow. The self checkout people can see your picture on their handheld thing. How about that? And they can see it at curbside. What do you know? Oh, wow. That's awesome. That should help with some of the shady characters. Yeah, Chris, you think you got that catering order just because of proximity? And it must have been that there weren't many people available to do it. But yeah, that's awesome. Corey Coconut says I did a $5 9-mile delivery the other day because it was going out to where I used to live, and I was kind of bored. Yeah, and as soon as you dropped it off, you got a $58 Uber Eats. Holy cow! That's cool on a couple of levels. But yeah, I kind of am that same way. As a general rule, I try to only take decent orders, but every once in a while I'll take one that's not decent if if there's something interesting about the order. If it's going to an interesting place or something, there was I remember when Wesley was staying with us for a few months, and he and I would dash together quite often, and somebody in Woodbine, Georgia, 14 miles away from where we were working, kept ordering like every day, kept placing orders. that were like $2, $3 for 14 miles. One day I told him, let's take one of those orders and just see what happens. See if they're standing there with a $20 bill in their hand for a cash tip, but we never did. All right, Ashley says, so now a lot of the Spark people using other accounts have it better. Yep, that's cool. Oh, that would be cool, Ivane. If you, yeah, that's right. With 50, you can now live stream. Heck yeah. And like I said, Ivane, nothing to be nervous about. You're just chatting with your buddies. Kara says, I mean, right. So, I mean, I'm not asking them to deliver the order. Why are they asking me to help complete it? Yeah, that is disgusting for a dasher to take the order into the bathroom. That's gross. I mean, you know, I don't know. I guess technically the food is probably not going to be contaminated, but yeah, that's gross. Yeah, there you go, Corey Coconut. I feel the same way. I mean, I'm polite and friendly and all that, but I'll say, "Hey, buddy, excuse me. Is that my order sitting right there, or do you have an order for Mary? Whatever." Yeah, I'm not just going to stand there silently and let them ignore me. Oh, that's right. Looking for the shadow. That's right. Y'all have been going back through the old videos. Yeah, that's right. Yep. When I walk into a restaurant, I announce my presence. Yeah. now, now, Ivane, when you've seen me say DoorDash is here, um, there are a couple of restaurants in Folkestone, McDonald's and Dairy Queen, where every time I would go in there, when they saw me, they would shout, "DoorDash is here." And so I got to where when I walk in, I would just say, "DoorDash is here." Oh, Nana is Yvonne. Uh-huh. That's cool, Vaquero. I appreciate y'all watching the old ones. Hey, Raymond Rogers. Anyone else getting bad time slots? No good times in our market. Thank you, Mama Wrench. Philip Taylor. In my experience, cash tips are very rare. Yeah, in my experience too, they are rare. Yeah, and when it does happen, it's usually not who you would expect. Yeah, they are very rare. It's cool when you get one. Oh, thank you, Richard Reed. I grew up in the suburbs of Birmingham, Alabama. Um, what else? I don't know what else to tell you about my younger life. Um, but yeah, born and raised for about the first 20 years of my life or so. I used to be a teacher, high school, high school Latin. KJ, I have seen a couple of GameStop orders. I can't remember on any of my Spark shopping orders. I don't think I ever had to shop for a PlayStation or Xbox or anything like that, but I know those orders do exist. There was a guy coming to Athens from Pulaski, Tennessee, was using 3 different accounts. Good grief. Man. Hey, Joe Parnell. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, Vaquero one time got a tip from a low income resident. Yeah. Hey, I've had the same thing happen, Vaquero, a couple of times. Um, and it's always really sweet when somebody that you have reason to believe might be low income and they give you some small little cash tip. I can remember a few times. One of my favorites was it was a leave at my door order, DoorDash, I think. It was a leave at my door, but I happened to see the guy outside, I think as I was driving away or something. I don't know. But it was an old man. And his license plate on his car indicated that he was a veteran. But anyway, it was a leave at my door. There was a white envelope taped to the door, and it said DoorDash on it or something. Anyway, so I left his food and took the white envelope with me and got back in the car, and there were 4 quarters in the white envelope. 4 quarters, a $1 cash tip. But it was pretty cool. Chris says, I also do screenshots that you can't get orders on Spark if you're under 150 yards from the pin. Huh. What do you know? If you're under 150 yards from the pin, you can't get an order. How about that? Because, yeah, I used to sit in my car right underneath that little thing that I think is the device that sends out the orders. Good night, Joe Parnell. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, even I do make my presence known. My Kingsland uh, McDonald's used to have a little bell you ring to let them know you're there, and I used to walk in and ring that bell all the time. It's not there anymore. Did Grubby die? Yeah. Yes, Ivane. And I'm a big believer in that. I'm a big believer in walking into the restaurant with your DoorDash bag in your hand or your Uber Eats bag in your hand. And that way, if they even glance your way, they know why you're there. Yeah, Josh, I can't get on with Grubhub. I don't think Grubhub exists where I usually work in Kingsland, Georgia. Now, I know somebody who does Grubhub down the road in Yulee, Florida, but yeah, I have no experience with Grubhub. Chris, you got a cash tip recently? Oh, but from somebody you know. You were in Eau Claire and probably hundreds of drivers. Oh, that is freaky. Oh, you were in the bigger town and just happened to get an order from somebody you know. Wow, that is freaky. Yeah, that's cool, Philip. I wish that I drove a vehicle big enough to be able to deliver TVs because on roadie gigs, wherever it's from, Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart, whatever, I always check the dimensions of anything that they're offering, to deliver to make sure it'll fit in my car. And yeah, because I have this fear of showing up at Walmart for a roadie gig and they come out with a 70 something inch television and it won't fit in my car. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Philip, I saw a great gig on Roadie a few days ago. It was paying really well, and it was short distance delivering one item. I don't remember paying like $50 or something. And then I looked closely, and that one item weighed 826 pounds. So I did not put in a bid on that. Yeah, Vaquero, I agree. I agree. Ellen, I taught for well, what, like 15 years, I think. I think about 15 years. Yeah, aren't you a teacher, Ellen? Um, have you ever eaten Chick-fil-A? And it's the best for constant tipping deliveries. Yeah. I'm banned from Chick-fil-A on DoorDash. Now I still occasionally get Uber Eats Chick-fil-A orders. Um, but have I ever eaten there? Yeah, I love Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is awesome. My favorite is just I guess, a regular Chick-fil-A sandwich, a regular chicken sandwich. Princess Hunter, hello from St. Louis. Love watching your videos. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Kara says, I heard something or read it on the internet where it said being right outside the front door can hurt a spark delivery driver's chances of getting an order. Yeah, that's weird. Now, I know there are lots of Walmart stores where they make you wait in your car kind of out in the regular parking lot and not in the loading area, the pickup area. Um, so I wonder if that's why they're doing that, because they want everybody to stay out of the pickup area unless you have an order. I've picked up at lots of Walmart stores where that was the rule. Now, the one here in closest to me in Kingsland, that's never been the rule there. All the drivers sit in their cars in the pickup area. Oh, Raymond used to get an all day slot from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Are we talking DoorDash? And see, I've actually had the opposite experience. It seems like lately it's been a lot easier for me to schedule, whereas in the past it was a lot harder to get scheduled on DoorDash. Chris says one time I was doing Spark, and on a door it had an envelope. It said thank you. Looked at it, assuming it was for me. It was some ad. Oh, that's great. Vaquero, Spark makes us sit 150 feet from the store now. What do you know? It's what Chris was just saying. How about that? And y'all know, I've had in two or three of my videos, I've mentioned that when I was making a delivery, I swear out of the corner of my eye, I saw like some money in their hand, but they never gave it to me. At the same time, we have clicks in our local Walmart that are pretty much at the closest curbside pickup spots all the time, standing under the trees, multiple phones. Yep, I've seen those guys. Okay, huh. I know, I know, Vaquera. It sure does seem that way. Yeah, Ashley says it's because a lot of the drivers were parking in the curbside spots, and on a busy day, people picking up couldn't park. Yeah, yep. We had a brief period at the St. Mary's Walmart where they asked us to start parking further away, but it was like holiday time. It's like um, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and pretty soon everybody started kind of drifting back to the closest pickup spots. Oh wow, Outback Deliveries doing a luggage delivery. 100 bucks on Roadie. That's awesome. That's pretty cool. You know, I've thought about, I've seen some Roadie gigs delivering luggage, but it seemed like they didn't pay that well. But the Jacksonville airport is probably only about 35, 40 miles from me. Yeah, allegedly organized crime. Philip Taylor, yes, I got a lot of 2,000-pound gigs in my area. Wow, yeah. Pallet of horse feed. Yeah, Tractor Supply. That 826-pound thing was Tractor Supply. Yeah, I would love, Philip, I would love to do those really big Roadie orders. And I've tried to figure out in the app how to let them know that I have a trailer. And I've never been able to find how you let them know. Yeah, Outback, we were just talking about that. I've seen some Roadie luggage deliveries before from the Jacksonville airport, but I never have done one, though. Okay, yeah, Raymond, you were talking about DoorDash. Hen Dog, what's happening, Hen Dog? Oh, Terry's back. Been doing catering orders, lots of them. Dang, that's awesome. I know you're making the money. Um, you say you're doing catering orders like for delivered or deliver that or DoorDash or what? All right, y'all. Well, I think that I'm about to hop off of here and go to bed. I appreciate all y'all hanging out with us. That was fun. Both, Terry. Awesome. All right, I think I'm going to call it a night, y'all. Appreciate y'all being here. CCR says when you click on a gig trailer required, it takes you. Oh, thank you for that. Yeah, see, it says that I can add a trailer in the vehicle section, but then I go to the vehicle section, I don't see any option to do that. Huh. But I'll check that when it says trailer required. I mean, the thing is, I, I don't drive to Kingsland towing a trailer. I don't ever do gig work in the pickup truck. Um, but I sure would like to have that option if I ever wanted to. Earl, you just got here and I'm saying goodnight. Sorry about that, buddy. Sweet dreams to you too, Terry. Good to see you. You too, Carla. Thank you, Nana. I appreciate that. Hey, Shelly Harrington, how you doing? Good night. A few weeks ago, there was an order for 9 bags of mulch. Nobody would take it. $15 for 20 miles. Oh, yuck. No wonder. Hey, Maine dude, how are you? A Christmas tree dressed as Santa. Oh, that's funny, Ashley. For 4 days, nobody would take it. That's amazing. All right. Good night, y'all. Thanks for stopping by the live stream, everybody. I appreciate it. Y'all have a great night. We'll see you soon.